shot, do this shot, one shot, last shot, do this shot, one shot, one shot.
All in my key profession on the key possession. I'm OD aggressive when I run the rock. See me flexing in the winner section. If they press, I'm bombing on them off the top. Slump a hater, leave them in the field, or I'm in the kitchen whipping up a dot. Took it from the bottom to the top. Certified Madden money shot. Toss a bullet, hit you in the chest and send a burner across your face from out the slot. Please don't touch them, I bring heat and brush it. Have my hitter brush you, move you out the spot. Slump a hater, leave them in the field, or I'm in the kitchen whipping up a dot. Took it from the bottom to the top. Certified Madden money shot.
If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below.
The champ is here!
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys what I think is one of the best offenses to use in the entire game right now, and it's definitely my favorite, as it's loaded with explosive one-play touchdowns as well as some of the hardest to stop passing plays in the entire game. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comments section. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, this is an offensive video, but I thought about making it a defensive video, as my opponent has a lot of success at the beginning of the drive, going right down the field on me pretty quickly against a hybrid defense that I'm using, where I'm using a lot of man-zero blitzes as well as a cover 6 that I do hope to bring you guys in a future video, that I find is one of the best zone coverages to use in the entire game. But once he gets down inside the red zone, I decided to switch over to the meta double mug formation, as I try to put out stuff that's off meta, but this is one of the best defenses in the entire game. As you can see, the mid blitz zero alone, I average 1 yard per play, as I like to mix that in with the cover 3 seam to give my opponent a couple of different coverage looks, as I like to disguise my cover 3 as cover 0 by bringing the safety down the exact same way, blitzing all linebackers, which is D-pad to the right and down. And then I also like the hard flat sometimes to basically override the matching principles, especially when I'm close to the end zone like this, as we get pressure the exact same way to get a stop on the first play. The reason I prefer this particular play is because I can hard flat or play over the top, turning to regular cover 3 as I leave the matching principles alone on the next play. And my opponent wisely tries to beat my overly aggressive blitz with a screen.
Nope.
Before he tries to spread me out, and I switch over to mid blitz on the very last second, meaning that I have to use one of these receivers, which I really don't like to do, but I know that doing this is going to leave him short of blockers, as we go from him going right down the field on us to getting a stop 3 plays later.
What the fuck?
Before I get a roughing the kicker penalty, which is an automatic first down, as this is the last frame that you see me, but I still can't see how this turned into a roughing the kicker penalty.
Bullshit.
And my defense goes right back to clamping up his passing game, but you know that I wouldn't make all this extra effort with the sound effects and everything if it didn't ultimately end up being a touchdown a few plays later.
God damn it!
And to make things worse, I start the game out by trying to set up a cover 3 one-play touchdown. I only realize he's actually in cover 1, and I realize it too late as we get a bad throw that gets intercepted.
Houston, we have a problem.
And taken all the way back for the score to take a quick 14-0 lead in the first half.
And fuck this guy.
Now, the formation that I'm going to be using the rest of this game is going to be the gun trio Y flex, as 3 wide receiver sets to one side of the field are one of the best ways to manipulate zone coverages, and this has some of the best man beaters in the entire game as well. This particular formation can be found in a lot of different playbooks, but I'm using my Kansas City Chiefs offensive ebook, as I find the Chiefs have the best version of this in the entire game. I'm also using my Raiders defensive ebook on the other side, so if you guys want more help or more money plays, you can download these or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking the links in the description or the top pinned comment. Now, there's a lot of explosive plays in this formation, specifically the PA crossers, as this is a one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game, but I'm not going to go over it too much in this particular gameplay, as that's better against people that typically use zone, and my opponent's going to use a lot of man coverages. So if you guys want to see a one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game from this particular play, hit the like button and let me know in the comment section. I might put that out tomorrow, but you're going to be seeing this on a lot more gameplays in the future anyway, as I did show this in the intro from other gameplays. But since I know that my opponent is in a man coverage, I switch over to a man beating play in the motion out and up, as just about every single route here beats man coverage, but the route that the tight end is running gets an unusual animation where the cornerback's going to bite inside every single time regardless of who you have at tight end. It's just about every route here beats man, except for the running back, who I decided to put on a Texas route to occupy the user, and that works perfectly as this tight end gets open outside of the cornerback for a huge catch and run that flips the field in one play. But for the people that suggest that it's only based off the tight end I'm using, I literally made a video previously showing this where I put a linebacker who has almost no route running ability at all, and the result was the exact same. So if you guys want to see more routes just like this from the Chiefs offensive playbook, I will have a link popping up in the top right hand corner right now, as well as on screen at the end of the video. And now that I know that he's watching that route, on the next play I choose another motion play called the motion corner slot choice, where the outside receiver motions in the same way, but it also condenses in the formation to the point where this speed out route is going to get open against any defense in the game, man or zone, as we get open underneath a cover 2 on the very next play, which is the only defense that should stop this route, but it has to be hard flatted to do it. I choose a motion route play on the next play called the motion mills, where all you have to do is put the tight end on a streak, and I also give myself a drag for a check down, but you can see how he's using this entire side of the field after getting burnt by that tight end route to the point where he's not giving up anything over here anymore. But that's fine, because that's not the only route in this play that can beat man coverage, as every route in this play beats man coverage. So on the next play, we're just going to throw a nice timing throw to the B receiver here on a curl to get inside the 10, as we stick with this play the rest of the drive, hitting the return route on the next play to punch it in. Back on defense, you can see the benefit of me bringing my safety down into the box, as he is constantly throwing to the running back thinking that I'm in a man-zero blitz. As one of the main tactics for attacking man-zero blitz users is throwing to the running back, which the user has to cover, but I'm not in a man-zero blitz. I'm in a hard-flatted cover 3.
Psych!
He tries another man-beating concept on the next play where he uses an auto motion with the tight end, which typically beats man coverage, but I follow it across before trying to switch to another defender, and sure enough, he tries to bomb it up over the top, but we're all over it.
No!
Back on offense now with a very short field, I motion out the running back on the next play, only to watch him user Max Crosby in space, as this has been the player that he's used pretty much the entire game, as he shuts down the right side and forces me to take off with the quarterback before he user rushes me on the next play, almost getting a sack with an RPO. And since he had success with that, I guess he forgets to watch the tight end once again on the very next play, as he tries to user rush me one more time, only to get picked up, and we hit that A receiver once again on the motion out and up for the score. We get the ball in the second half, and now that I work my way back from a 14-0 deficit, I just want to have a slow, methodical drive to control this game and take the lead, as I see on the very first play that he's not respecting the run since I haven't done it much. So I switch over to the halfback quick base, which to me is the best run play in the formation. Ultimately, though, I'm more of a pass-first player, and since this doesn't have an outside run, I like to supplement that by putting the running back on an out route, as anytime my user is not watching that, I can take this in the flat for easy yards that basically supplements my run game, while also hitting the speed out route on the other side of the field anytime he is actually watching that route, as we have quick out routes to both sides that are pretty uncomfortable against man or zone. As I use these two plays to get down the field pretty methodically before I realize he's running a lot of zone coverages, and switching over to the one RPO play that I keep my audibles at all times in the RPO alert bubble, as anytime I see there's not a defender over the slot receiver, I can switch to this and get some easy yards, as I'm just rotating between these three route options, always running to the open side of the field as we hit the speed out route for another first down before I see the slot receiver uncover once again and go back to the RPO. But all this massive dinking and dunking comes to an end when he gets an A gap right up the middle before I go back to the motion out and up, and he tries to bait me to the tight end, and I just go right back over to the middle of the curl. I go back to the RPO alert bubble in the next play, as this play is not just meant for zone coverage, as the left side is covered up in what looks like a man coverage, meaning I just have to throw to the other side, as the speed out route that the tight end is running beats any man coverage in the game. As we punch it in on a drive where we completed every single pass and took off the entire third quarter off the clock. And now I just have to get a stop to win the game, as I come out in a vanilla defense once again, just trying to make sure that he doesn't score too quickly, before I realize that it makes more sense that if he's going to score, to let him score quickly so I have time to get the ball back.
I'm going to be aggressive because I'm either going to get it or we're going to get the ball back for you.
So after letting him get the first down, we switch back to our double A gap, and he goes nowhere but backwards as he loses 2 yards on the first play before getting sacked for a big loss on the next play. Woo! And then getting sacked on third down to push him back to a 4th and 25.
This is not easy.
Before ultimately giving him a meaningless completion over the middle.
And the Eagles take over.
And we get a final look at the stats before my opponent calls it quits, as we complete almost 77% of our passes. So I'm going to end the video there. Give this offense a try. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Other than that, if you guys want to see more broken plays from the Chiefs playbook, I have a video popping up that I already made about that. So click links, and until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.